Hey there, I'm Tony Nicopol. This is The Uplift. We got a great show for you, a great cast of characters as well. Among them, these two med students who realized they actually met long before they put on those white coats. David Begnaud will have their story. Also, a New York man connecting complete strangers from all around the world with an exhibit in the Big Apple. Plus, we go to California to visit a mom, a dad, their twin boys, and a surrogate grandma. You heard that right. How'd they form this blended family? We will tell you. Also, remembering Judge Frank Caprio, a man known for judging with his heart, giving compassion to all those who entered his courtroom. All that and more heartwarming news. You know what you're watching. It's The Uplift. Welcome to The Uplift, the show that lifts you up for at least the next 30 minutes, you and me as well. And we begin with a story about a life well lived. David Begnaud has told Judge Frank Caprio's ongoing tale of compassion and strength. And in this latest chapter as well, Caprio recently died at the age of 88 after a battle with pancreatic cancer. Now that life, that legacy, what he left behind is a cause for celebration. Here's David.
I'm coming to you again, asking you to remember me in your prayers.
People everywhere were praying after seeing Judge Frank Caprio's last public message following a health setback in his ongoing battle against pancreatic cancer. He rang that bell in 2024, marking a milestone in his treatment, which filled this devout Catholic with hope.
Why did you want to go public with it?
Well, I really thought I could be an inspiration to other people if I survived.
You are an inspiration, as you are surviving.
So far, so good. So far, so good. It's not a pleasant experience to go to bed at night, say your prayers.
Judge Caprio gained a fan base from his TV show Caught in Providence, which highlighted his job as the chief judge of the municipal court in Rhode Island's capital city.
How about $35 court cost?
Yes!
How about 5 days in jail?
Yes!
The humor and the mercy that he showed from the bench is what made him an international star.
I'll leave here with $5. Thank you, Rolando.
I'm not going to leave you with $5. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to dismiss everything.
That empathy for others stemmed from the hardships that he faced in his own life. He grew up in abject poverty as the child of Italian immigrants.
Every time you talk, it's like a testimony. You're like a little street preacher from the bench.
I'm just a small-time municipal court judge who's trying to do good. That's all I am. Who tries to take into consideration the circumstances surrounding the people before me. And remember what my dad told me. When someone appears before you, put yourself in their shoes. Imagine it's you before them.
For 38 years, he used that podium to do good.
You were taking your son to the doctor's office?
Yeah, I take him for blood work every 2 weeks because he's got cancer.
How old is your son?
63.
Yeah. And Daddy's still taking care of him, right?
I only drive when I have to.
Yeah. I wish you all the best. I wish the best for your son, and I wish you good health, and your case is dismissed.
No one could dismiss his humanity or the advice he left us right up until the end.
Enjoy every minute of your life. Be close to your family. Be close to your friends. And have compassion and understanding of other people.
Coming up, meet a man who took an idea from pen and paper and turned it into an exhibit with a goal of connecting strangers. Plus, new hope for dog owners. There could be a way to extend your pet's life. We'll explore a possible solution after the break. New York City, you know it for the art. It's famous for museums as well. There's MoMA, there's the Met, there's the Natural History Museum. Now there's another New Yorker putting thoughts and ideas of total strangers on display. Yeah, it's happening. Vlad Dutier went to see it.
The saying goes, if only walls could talk.
Well, here at the Strangers Project exhibit in downtown Manhattan, they certainly do.
Feel free to grab some merch just on the house.
Founder Brandon Doman took a simple idea from pen to paper and transformed it into a growing masterpiece of the shared human experience. A collection of anonymous handwritten letters that all answer the question, what's your story?
The very first day I was doing this, I was just outside of a coffee shop watching people pass by. I took a marker and my notebook and I just wrote an invitation for people to sit and write something about their life. No big plan for it, but almost immediately these two women were walking by and they saw my little sign. They said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm not sure yet, but would you mind writing something about your life?"
16 years later, Doman has collected over 100,000 stories in person at pop-up exhibits and schools across the country.
That's for you. Thank you so much. Thanks for being a part of it.
And this permanent display in New York, which is funded entirely by donations, gathers visitors from all across the world.
How do you think that the act of writing something that's personal to them changes them at some level?
You know, when I first invite people to write, one of the most common things I hear is they'll say some version of, "Oh, I'm not that interesting," or "My story wouldn't be like these ones on the wall." But these stories are all from all those same people. And I think that's why these resonate so deeply with people. Even the short, silly ones, is showing that these are the moments we live every day.
So Doman took me around the room, and a few particular letters caught my eye.
I'm 8 years old. I always get angry. When I get angry, I stomp my feet and annoy everyone around me. But now I changed. When I get angry, I just say, "Stop bothering me," and keep on doing what I was doing. To be angry is okay. Just don't bother other people.
It's a good life lesson.
Yeah, it is a very good life lesson. This person writes about being raised in an ultra-Orthodox Jewish family, wanting to get along, but doesn't get along with people who say they love me. And then at the end they say, "I love you. I just don't love me."
On the day we visited, a few dozen letters were submitted, including these that stood out.
I always thought I'd end up dead by 18. My 19th birthday was yesterday, and it genuinely has been a good one.
Life is like a musical score sheet. There are high notes and low notes. Life is made up of highs and lows. There cannot be happiness without sadness, and there can never be light without darkness. However, that is what makes life beautiful.
When you look up from this, if there is anyone near you, please smile at them and know we are all more alike than different. We all have the capacity for compassion.
I was inspired to write my very own letter for the exhibit. But as tradition has it here, anonymity is key. So no peeking.
Through all of the years of doing this, is there a running theme, a thread that you've pulled and you've said, this is representative of humanity?
I think it's all of these are just telling the rest of the world, like, hey, I'm here and I have something to say. And so it's going to come through in a million different topics in a million different ways. But I think all of these are just sort of reaching out to the world and just saying, we're all a part of this. I'm a part of this. Here's a little bit of what I have to say.
Attention all dog owners, are you out there? Do you wish there was a magical way to make your pet live beyond the average lifespan of a puppy? Well, now there may be a way. It's just off on the horizon. It's not magic. In fact, it's based on science. Ite Had has more.
They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But here in Santa Clara, California, we met a mutt who's out to master the best one yet.
Come on, Cheddar.
How to stay a little longer.
He's been there for me, really through thick and thin.
A rescue, Cheddar has been part of Courtney Farrow's life since college.
Hey, come on.
But at 11, even the best boys start to slow down. So when she heard about a pill that might extend his life, she signed him up.
Any questions?
The trial, run by Bay Area company Loyal, has enrolled more than 1,000 senior dogs to see if a daily dose can keep them thriving longer.
Good boy.
Dr. Amit Atwal, one of 70 vets participating in the study, says the pill mimics the effect of calorie restriction, which has been shown to slow aging in animals.
We're hoping for at least 1 year of very good quality life on top of what they already have.
The FDA said there's enough evidence to suggest it could work, but full approval could be a few dog years away. It all comes as pet spending in the U.S. is soaring from $90 billion in 2018 to over $150 billion in 2024. Dr. Dana Varble, the Chief Veterinary Officer for the North American veterinary community, says it's part of a bigger shift in focusing more on the health of our furry friends.
The idea of creating medication that can change the aging process is really revolutionary. And I'll tell you why. We don't have it coming for humans. So the fact that this is being pursued and being pursued very actively is really remarkable.
Come on, let's go.
Because when it comes to man's best friend, hitting pause on the clock no longer seems far-fetched.
Just like that.
Itai Hot, CBS News, Santa Clara, California.
Good boy.
Coming up, a mom and dad from California who realized something might be missing from their family, how they filled that gap creatively in their lives. That's coming up next. Plus, something for book lovers, how an Ohio father and academic's love of reading is helping others choose what book to pick up next. We go now to a blended family in California with a mom, a dad, twin boys, and a surrogate grandmother. You heard that right. Lisa Ling has their story.
Okay. Antares and Louis Turner are raising twin boys in Southern California. About 2 years ago, they realized something or someone was missing from their family.
We're talking about the village that, we had growing up. The grandparents would come and hang out or just impart their wisdom.
Caden and Cameron's paternal grandparents live across the country, and Terrace's dad died during the pandemic, and her mom isn't actively involved.
I was like, my God, I wish there was a way to just adopt somebody. I'm like, can you just go trolling nursing homes and say, hey, does anybody need a grandchild?
Rather than trolling, they went looking for a grandparent online and came across the Facebook group Surrogate Grandparents USA, which has around 12,000 members.
When you first were told about this Facebook page called Surrogate Grandparents, what did you think?
I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing because it was going to fill a need that I actually have.
Less than 100 miles north of the Andersons, Janet Firestein Daw was also searching for her missing piece, grandchildren.
I have 5 kids, none of whom were going to ever give me grandkids. And they were pretty clear about that. I was getting older and I wanted to get down on the floor and play Legos and trains and read books.
That's when she too came across the Surrogate Grandparent Facebook page, where those in similar situations have been connected.
Tell me your reaction when you saw Antares and her family, their picture posted on the page.
Well, the picture was adorable. I reached out just for yucks, honestly, to see if there could be something there, and we just connected immediately.
For safety reasons, they planned their first meetup at a public park.
Tell me about the first meeting.
The moment that they met her, they gave her a big hug, and it was okay.
My actual favorite Hebrew word for that is besheret, which means meant to be.
My boys! That was 2 years ago.
Has it exceeded your expectations?
Oh, absolutely.
What you got?
Now, Janet, who the boys call Nana J, is an integral part of the Anderson family.
What's your favorite thing about Nana J?
To play with her, make pretend movies, and have fun.
The hugs, maybe?
Yes, hugs.
Definitely hugs.
She's very kind.
Tell me about what the last 2 years have been like with your surrogate grandma.
It's been a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. She's gone on trips with us. We've celebrated Hanukkah. She's gone to the library with us. I mean, just so many different things that I desperately wanted for my kids. And we get that with Janet.
I can fix it.
Okay.
In what ways have the boys filled a void for you?
It's indescribable for me because I haven't had that experience before, to be that grandparent. And I love it. In church, Martin sang hymns.
After the first year with her surrogate grandsons, something in Janet's life drastically changed.
Janet, you got news from your youngest child that she was going to have a baby.
Yes, I did. That was kind of a surprise.
Janet's granddaughter was born in March.
Would you like to?
No, thank you, hon.
But I'm sure you've already guessed the love she has for Cameron and Caden remains unwavering.
It hasn't changed anything. Doesn't change anything for me. Those boys are mine.
And Terrace, what has it meant for you and your family to have Nana Jay in your lives?
It's like closing a loop. And by adding her in, we feel complete.
How many books can you really read in a lifetime? Well, for 60 years, Dan Pelzer read and read and read and read some more. The Ohio father finished 3,599 books in his time. His legacy as an avid reader continues thanks to his kids. Here's Steve Hartman with more.
This is one of my favorites.
After their father died at the age of 92, John and Marcy Pelzer discovered something in his stuff. A list. A very long list.
Every book he read is on that list.
Every book.
From 1962 to 2023.
The Peace Corps is open to qualified American citizens over 18 years of age.
Dan Pelzer was in the Peace Corps when he started the list. And over the next 6 decades, his whale-sized appetite for books took him on a journey through Michener and Kerouac and Homer. From that Scarlet Letter A to Zachary Taylor, he learned about everything from saints to sinners, from prayer to pray. 3,599 books total.
That would be like reading every book on these shelves, both sides of the aisle, around the corner, all the way down the second row to here. So many books, just a list of all the titles is a book in itself. 109 pages, single-spaced, listing every single book he read.
When I look through the list, it seems like a microcosm of his life.
He wanted to learn about the world and learn about other people.
Dan borrowed almost all his books from here, the Columbus, Ohio Public Library. And when the library staff heard about Dan's list, they decided to share it on social media.
To honor Dan, we went through every title in his collection and made it available in one list, so the next time you need inspiration, perhaps you can find it from Dan.
Columbus Library CEO Lauren Hagen.
The response was just incredible.
Do people come in and check out the books that he read?
Oh, absolutely. People are intentionally going up to the displays, and the traffic to the social media posts is in the millions.
Dan Pelzer wasn't an academic, just a humble social worker and dad, who is now becoming one of the country's most popular bibliophiles.
I love that it's perpetuating the conversation about who my dad was, because he was just such a fun, caring, intelligent, quirky, unique guy.
An epilogue to a life story that continues to be a real page-turner. Steve Hartman, On the Road, in Columbus, Ohio.
Coming up, 2 aspiring doctors who met in med school remembered that, in fact, they'd already met at the hospital when they were just 4 years old. Avid Begnaud now reports on 2 aspiring doctors at the same medical school who realized this wasn't the first time they'd met. In fact, they'd met as hospital patients when they were just 4 years old. Here's that story.
Look at us. We have our stethoscopes.
Meet Ellie Kerner and Dawson Naylor, first-year medical students who had the most unexpected reunion during orientation at the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine.
Our school hosted a social event at night for us to go out together and, introduce ourselves to our classmates. I kept looking at her and I was like, I know this girl from somewhere.
And he taps me on the shoulder and he's like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Ellie."
And I was like, "Did you have leukemia?" And she was like, her eyes widened and she was like, "Yes, I did."
He said, "We were treated together." And I was just like speechless.
And then we took a picture together and sent it to both our moms, and our moms immediately remembered, each other.
In 2007, they were 4 years old when both got the same life-changing diagnosis, acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
We know all the same doctors. We're treated at the exact same outpatient facility. That's how he remembered me.
Their fight began at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, with outpatient care near their hometowns in South New Jersey.
We grew up 10 minutes apart from each other our entire lives, and we never crossed paths.
Ellie's cancer went into remission in 2008, and she went right back to doing what she loved, competitive gymnastics, and later led her high school lacrosse and tennis teams as captain.
Celebrated my 5th birthday in the hospital, and then ultimately underwent chemotherapy for 2.5 years and went into remission and was cancer-free on October 1st, 2010.
Dawson returned to the ball field, moving from t-ball to baseball. But even as kids, they never forgot their own fight, going on to raise money to help cancer patients and their families.
Dawson, Edward Naylor.
And now, together again.
In the Sen, Nicole Kerner.
All these years later, Ellie and Dawson are receiving their white coats. It's a rite of passage into medicine, and a symbol that they are stepping into a profession that once saved them.
75% of the reason I want to be a doctor, because I want to be the kind of doctor that treated me.
I feel like it's kind of been a lifelong calling, in a sense, to myself, born out of struggle and shaped by my experiences.
And we've gone our separate ways in life, and now life has brought us back to going to medical school and wanting to be doctors.
That's our show. David Begnaud, batting cleanup. I hope we brightened your day. I hope we lifted you up. If for some reason we didn't, press play again. Reruns still totally free. I'm gonna go find some good news. See you next time.